And welcome back. I'm the Doc Bob Lee from 107.5 WBLS. And hey, we have another friend. She's a good friend of the show. She's been on many times before. She is a mezzo-soprano opera singer.
Hello.
And
I'm also a private voice and piano teacher. Yes.
I'm going to jump straight to it. Look, and she's an instructor, and she's here with us today. You're going to tell us about what you've done at Carnegie Hall and your next performances coming up this fall. Please welcome to the show, Linda Collazo in the house. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be in person.
See, we bypassed all that stuff that you wanted to bypass. I'm a doctor. We do bypass surgery.
I love it.
So listen, how was Carnegie Hall? Because the last time we spoke, you were on your way there. You were getting ready for it. I think you were in another country or out of state.
I think
I was ready to come in.
I was in New York City, but I was still getting ready, and I had been traveling like since the summer.
Yeah.
But this year I spent majority of my time in New York City.
Oh, good. Good.
But yeah, I was getting ready for Carnegie Hall. It was very nerve-wracking, but very beautiful. I had sung there as a chorus member in the past, right? So I already knew about the space and how incredible the architecture was and how the sound moves around in the hall. But to sing in it as a soloist, it was like really powerful.
Yeah,
I remember there was this one moment I just looked at the ceiling and just felt my sound like literally bounce from the ceiling. And I literally was like, wow, this is really powerful.
And you could have done it without a microphone in that space. Because it was designed that way.
Yes, yeah. So it was really interesting to sing there and powerful and fun. And I'm just really happy I got the opportunity.
Yeah. And a lot of people got a chance to see you too.
Yeah. My family, my boyfriend's family. It was really nice.
Did they videotape everything?
I mean,
they don't let you videotape.
They don't.
Unless you got.
But
hiding in your seats.
Yeah. But they managed to get like a couple shots. But yeah, it was a really beautiful experience.
Yeah. Good. So what's next for you? You've been moving around. You've been doing some great things. And
oh, thanks.
I know we're going to be looking forward to seeing you somewhere in New York City soon.
Yeah. So starting September 13th, I'm going to be sort of, I don't want to say moving, but I'm going to have a residency in Opera Orlando. So I'm going to be in Orlando, Florida for about 2 months.
Look at you.
Yeah, from September to November. And I'm going to be working with them and singing, minor roles, covering roles, but, getting to sing with people that I've seen on social media that I've looked up to for a long time. So I'm called a studio artist. That means like they're hiring me to sort of be an apprentice. It's sort of like an internship, but it's paid. And like, you just get to gain experience with an actual like legitimate opera house. I've already done a couple of those in the past with like Opera Naples, Aspen Music Festival, Sarasota Opera. But I'm going to get to fly back for a couple of gigs in New York City as well. And I believe September 27th, I got offered this gig at Symphony Space, which is on West 96th Street. And I was so happy when I got it. It's for these little events called Selected Shorts, where these famous actors talk about or read these plays or read these authors' works to an audience. So my event, I'm going to be singing alongside people who are reading this book, Ken Burns, Sonia Manzana, which I'm really excited to meet because she's from the Bronx and she was on Sesame Street. And when I was a child, I don't remember it much, but I definitely probably saw her because I would watch Sesame Street like every day. And Patricia Clarkson, those are the people I can think of right now. But I think we're reading a book called like Willa Cather's America, and she has like a piece there where she talks about a song, like an opera aria that she studied or she ran into at one point in her life. And so I'm going to be performing the piece to sort of like show, what she was referencing in her book or in that book. So yeah, I'm genuinely so excited about that. And I'm really excited to meet Sonia.
Yeah. Well, you've met so many people while you were doing this so far. Who are some of those other people that you've met?
In the opera world, I've met some like legends. So last summer, I got to meet Renee Fleming, which she's probably the most famous opera singer in America. And she sang at the Super Bowl several years ago.
Did she give any tips?
I don't know. She just gave me technical advice for singing and
Well, that's good.
yeah.
Yeah. That's good.
And she also wanted me to focus more on like contemporary stuff in opera. But I've also met, like when I was at Aspen, I also met like this famous British singer. His name was Bryn Terfel. He's like also very legendary, but in the field of opera.
Yeah.
And then I met last year Cheryl Mills, which he's like such a big deal. He sang with Pavarotti.
Yeah.
All the big names, all of the legendary
Wow, the
singers
lives
that
they have
that are
touched.
that are a lot of them have actually passed away, but I met him. And it's funny, I'm studying my music for Opera Orlando. One of the pieces I'm studying on Spotify, it's Cheryl Mills is singing on it, but he's also singing with Joan Sutherland, Pavarotti, and these huge famous names. And I'm just like, wow, like I can't believe I sang for you and I met you and you gave me advice and
you're in the mix. You are associated with these wonderful people, these legends.
It's very nice. So I've seen all aspects of this career, I think, and I'm just excited for the next steps and making it my own mostly. Yeah.
And you're still teaching also?
Yeah, I really love teaching. So recently I was able to move my studio to my old family home. Which is my old bedroom where I grew up. I was able to move my piano there and like a nice couch and like a desk. And so it's a very private, nice space. And I've managed to I teach there now. A lot of my students are online. I teach people like from California, Ohio, all over the country. But I have about
the space.
I have about 2 or 3 students from the Bronx, two to 4. And some of them, I mean, COVID changed everything. COVID, it's a good thing. People are able to do things from the comfort of their own home. So that's really really and convenient for them. But some of them are starting to come in person, but it is rare because people do like being home.
They do.
Yeah.
And I was pretty lucky. I don't want to talk about me, but I'm just going to, just to mention the comfort of doing the thing from home. We always had to be in the studio, but before COVID, they started sending me to Disney World. I was broadcasting from all these different places, and you became knowledgeable about how to do this. Wow. So when COVID came, we had the equipment, and then I think we had you. I had you on a Zoom, right?
Yeah, that's how it started.
Private studio.
Yeah, that's how it started. Yeah.
So I mean, people still love it, but you still need to get out and be social. The original social media is being out with the people.
Yeah, I do agree. I think that when my students come in person, there's a different camaraderie. There's a different rapport that happens because you're able to just see them.
Look somebody in the eye, you can touch them and feel them,
laugh and talk and it's a nice private space.
Instead of saying LOL.
And seeing them, seeing them play the piano, but then also seeing how they actually breathe and seeing their body, posture, all those things really matter when you're teaching. So but
this is a new space, so we got to deal with this too.
But there are benefits to remote teaching. I work with my teacher online, and I'm very lucky that I work with him online because he's one of the best teachers, and he's in Miami. So I have to get the the best sort of advice. I work with him weekly, and it works for me. But some of my students are hybrid. Some of them they do online, and then they're like, okay, once a month I'll come in person. Someone from New Jersey came in person this past weekend. So it works, and there are benefits and not benefits.
Those are some of the challenges back then. Can you briefly speak about your work with the what's the Point CDC?
Yeah. So for students that can't afford lessons that are from the Bronx, and particularly I like to focus on students from the South Bronx, from Hunts Point in particular. They're able to get free music lessons at the Point CDC during the school year. So over the summer, that's the off session. That's when we do SYAP. So we don't do private programming during that time. But I'm working on just developing that program there. I'm a product of the Point CDC. When I was a child, I went there, and they had a music program where I got to play electric bass guitar. I got to I didn't sing because I was really shy back then, but I got to play piano, and I was in bands and stuff like that. So
So you're giving back now.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah,
It's coming full circle.
yeah, it's really important to me. You know, I think, you know, music for me is not about being a professional, you know, not being like a star. I think music is more for the soul, and like especially for Bronx children, you know, and in general, like what's going on with this country and the world, like music education is kind of not part of the core curriculum anymore, and that's a disservice to the youth. So like I am trying to, you know, bolster and like create this music program there. And I'm going to be away like singing in different states and stuff like that. But like I do have the ability to like hire people. And I know a lot of musicians that like make wonderful fits at the Point CDC and, you know, can report back to me and we can just figure out like a curriculum together. And but I'm working on recruiting students and getting them involved and, it's a very nice thing and it's still developing, but
seems like it's a circle of love.
Yeah, I think so. And I think it's just important.
You give and everybody's benefiting from what you're doing.
Yeah, I think so. It's really important. It was important to me. So I think it's important to other people too.
Social media, where can we follow you? Website, all of that. And we'll post it up on the bottom.
Yeah. So on Instagram, my Instagram handle is @LindaRitza. I just created a TikTok. I think my TikTok is @LindaMCollazo. My website is www.lindacollazo.com. Let me just say that again. www.lindacollazo.com. And I believe like on Facebook, if you just look up Linda Collazo, Mezzo-Soprano, you'll also find me. Yeah, but I'm easily reachable and I'm always looking for like new people that are interested in music and figuring out a way that works out best for them. Yeah.
I'm not going to ask you to sing, but only if you want to.
Okay, I mean, I was thinking about singing some Spanish today because I knew it was going to happen.
Okay, you knew I was going to come in?
Yeah, I knew you were going to ask me.
But I did it toward the end, so do I have 30 seconds? Give me 30 seconds. Yeah, give me 30 seconds. Okay.
Ooh, it's early in the morning, so, you know, whatever's going to come out is going to come out, okay?
We'll play it later on.
Okay, Bésame, bésame mucho, como si fuera esta noche la última vez. Bésame, bésame mucho, que tengo miedo perderte después.
Woo! Wow! Yeah. We're going to keep it right there because we want people to come and see you.
Yeah, one day. And maybe we can get a piano here and I can sing here for anything. Yeah.
How do you say my house is your house?
Yeah. O mi casa es su casa.
And you bésame.
Yeah, bésame.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
There you go. Linda Collazo, mezzo-soprano, opera singer, voice and piano teacher. She's right here. Thank you for all that you do.
Yeah,
and all that
thank
you contribute to society. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right. We'll take a quick break right here. I've got more coming up next on Open.